What up, y'all? It's the show off DJ Statik Selektah. We on the B-Shine. I grew up in the Lawrence area in Massachusetts, and when my parents got divorced, they moved to New Hampshire, both of them. My mother moved to the same town as my father just so I could be around him as a 10-year-old kid. And I feel like that's when it hit me, like, that this is what I really wanted to do because, you know, back in, like, Methuen and Lawrence, we'd be in grammar school, and the talent shows would be kids breakdancing and rapping. And I went to New Hampshire, and it was like gone. It was like poof. It wasn't around at all. And I teamed up with my man Brian Bugout from a group called Granite State. This is way before all that. But I met him, and his older brother always had like the Far Side, Tribe, Jazzmatazz CDs, Wu-Tang. And when I just being taken out of the element, and then meeting this cat that put me on, I credit him with a lot. Because I didn't know who Guru was at that time. He put me onto that. He put me on the Most Gangstar, Biggie. I mean, I was 10 years old, so I knew about Tribe and KRS and stuff like that, but he really broadened my knowledge of the stuff that ended up shaping my life, My first piece of production equipment is an actual piece of production equipment was a Gemini sampler that was a Daddy's Junkie Music, and it was like broken. But it was like $50, so I bought it. And I remember I would loop something, and like the loop would go off because the thing was just broken. It was a piece of shit. But that was the first official. But before that, I had a dual cassette tape, so I would like put a microphone up to the speaker and play. It was like ass backwards. I didn't know what I was doing, but I would play a CD over like a breakbeat and sample it through the microphone onto the tape deck, and then take another tape and loop that, and then keep going back and forth and making pause tape beats. But yeah, they're pretty bad. And hip hop can bring out many emotions, man. It can make you angry, it can make you happy, it can make you sad, it can make you, sentimental. But when I hear a great hip hop song, it brings me right back to that same feeling as a 10-year-old, man. When I hear a great one, and that's very rarely, but once in a while. I just want to leave. A lot of people always say that I hate this word, but the new Premier or whatever, it's not that. It's that obviously Premier is one of the biggest influences in my music, the same way Marley Marl was to him, and the same way I'm sure Rick Rubin and them were to him. I'm just carrying a certain torch that Pete Rock and Premier and Q-Tip and Dr. Dre and all these guys were keeping alive, and I'm trying to do that for my generation, because a lot of my generation doesn't do that. They make other kinds of music, So I'm trying to keep that alive, along with, I think the generation right before mine was like Alchemist, even though he's not much older than me. But he was out when I was in high school, so I look at like Alchemist, the dude before that, but it's different because I'm a DJ first and foremost. So I just want to, when people look back at this time, I want them to be like, he was keeping, the boom bap torch going for that time. Whether it's an Action Bronson record, whether it's a Joey Badass record, whether it's one of my albums, whatever it is.